Carl, you are muted right now.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
I think that we should wait a couple of minutes. There's still attendees coming into our broadcast, so let's wait a bit.
Okay. Maybe we can start short introduction and other will follow. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, so there's no so much silence here. Yeah, sure. Sure.
Maybe. Okay. So welcome everyone. With you today we are me myself. So Karel Stanonik, partner manager for international markets, and with me is Simon Sakelschak, product manager of Time&Space. Hello, Simon.
Hi, Carl. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. So today will be kind of, I will have a couple of minutes of, let's say, more of the architecture and what's coming in the future and what was happening in the past, so that we got the new applications, and Carl will then show also the details of the new Time&Space 1130 and also other modules.
Okay.
So here we see a short agenda.
Thank you, Simon. Let's jump to the agenda. And before we start with the agenda, let's look at option to add your questions. Here on the right toolbar, you will see the option, so the section questions, where you can, meanwhile our presentation, add anything, and we will touch these questions at the end of the webinar. So please, any of your questions you can add here. So let's start with the agenda. As Simon already started, we'll start with Spica introduction. It will be very short. Also the products that we offer on the market. And I will start with that part, then give the microphone to Simon to add few words about Time&Space Platform and the changing world we are living in. And then I will follow up on Time&Space 1130 new version, and of course what's happening new on dynamic scheduling and new module lunchtime. At the end we could touch your questions. So this will take around 30 minutes, maybe even some minutes more if this will be needed. So let's just jump right into the next slides. So Spica, maybe most of you are already familiar with Spica. It's a company, it's a group of 6 companies. We are a leading provider of workforce management and access control solutions in the region, and established also player worldwide. We already have around 30 years plus experience on this field. So we are quite experienced team, and with a lot of daily users. As you can see, we have reached already around 1 million daily users, or we could say also employees that are using our system. So meanwhile, our presentation, we can close our webcams, so you could see in the bigger picture our presentations. So let's move forward. So the Spica suite. So our suite is a product is it's gathered with on-premise and cloud solutions. So with the Time and Space as our main core product for 20 plus years, it's now already also available as a hosted solution. And then we have also special niche solutions on cloud. All hours time and attendance, my hours project time and cost tracking, and door close as access control in cloud. So all these are, of course, as I mentioned, can be on public cloud or private cloud, but as well, Time and Space is as an on-premise solution also based on databases Oracle and SQL, and cloud are positioned on the prominent cloud platform Microsoft Azure. And everything that you can see here is connected to the mobile apps, and our partner, third parties, IoT devices, and of course, cloud ecosystems. For example, as I mentioned, Microsoft ecosystem in cloud like Business Central or SAP SuccessFactors. So let's jump to the next slide, where we'll probably already touch Simon part. So the stage is yours, Simon.
Thank you, Carl. Also, hello from my side and a warm welcome. I am actually happy to see so many of you joined our session today. So I know that we don't do many of these kind of webinars, and we will do our job better in the future. So you will be more up to date with the brand new news from the Spica and more concretely from the Time and Space system. So today I'll be talking about the changes we went through the last few years and how they affected the way people work, and obviously also how they open the doors and track their work time. As we know, the world is ever changing. We witnessed many of non-normal events in the last few years. We know that COVID pandemic struck the whole world, and lately, in my opinion, we have even more concerns with what's happening in the Ukraine. All these events and many others, of course, like artificial intelligence is becoming more and more popular, are changing the way we work. Actually, they are changing our way of living. But not only that, they are transforming the industry, especially the time and attendance and access control systems. For example, if distributed work, I mean by distributed work from home, for example, was something enterprises were not using that often a couple of years ago, that has now become a perfectly normal thing. So working from home, working from office, that's something that's become normal. But this means also that time and attendance and access control systems across the whole globe had to change and adapt. So, and this, we saw some of the systems that were more and some less successful in doing this. Luckily, Time and Space, as Carl already mentioned, we have 25 plus years of experience in this region, has provided the support for this kind of work, so distributed and normal in-office work already for years ago. So there was only the need to change the settings of the system for our clients. So there was not much that we needed to do to support this new kind of work. maybe we needed to add some additional reports to the users, but that was mostly it. So configuring the system and creating maybe some new reports. However, the need to access the data and also how to clock start and end of work time and how to handle lunch break has changed as well. So when we work from home, we go to lunch not in the same manner as we go when we are in office. So we needed to adapt to this. And to handle this new normal and also the old, let's say, the old way of work, the time and space system consists of several modules, which each of them is designed for specific role. So, for example, I added here on the number 2 one of the most important modules or applications in the time and space lately. That's the web and mobile applications. But we also have many other modules like Visual Space Manager that we already know for real-time in-depth view of the what's going on in the time and space, and so on. So I would also maybe like to point out the APIs, which are becoming more and more important for the clients, because it allows them to get the full power of the time and space and include it in some other flows, for example, onboarding or offboarding from the company. That said, we are seeing increased use of our mobile applications and also web applications in these past 2 years. This is actually quite logical, I would say, because when you are working from home, you do not have time terminals or access controllers at home. So you will need to use either a mobile device or a web application, which is hosted on some server in the enterprise or on maybe private or public cloud. And all these changes led to the decision that we want to offer our users even more power and also ease of use in the web browser environment. That said, we were thinking about the administrators and also about each individual employee who wants to access their own data. So when working from home, it's a bit more difficult to get data which you could before go to HR and say, please tell me what's my vacation balance or something like that. So this in mind, we released a new version, 11.30, that was a couple of months ago. And among all other features, there is a brand new web application called the Time and Space Portal. I will just, okay. What we will see in slides later is that it brings a fresh and modern look and feel. It kind of resembles our cloud native applications we mentioned before, like All Hours or My Hours. But what is even more important is that is what we did actually behind the scenes, what we do not see from the first moment. So it's built with the latest technologies, which brings even higher security and offers quite a few new features. For example, one new view in the Time and Space portal, which is called one person yearly calendar view. We will see that later. But as I said, we've seen that mobile devices and also web applications are becoming very important and also popular. So this is only the beginning. So the Time and Space portal, as is in version 11.30, we plan to expand the feature set of this module in the following few versions, and also strengthen our mobile applications. All this will enable clients and also partners to install, and not only install, also to manage throughout the lifetime of the system our solution, either being installed on premise servers or in the private cloud environments. And all this can be done quite easily, and not much effort is needed for that. So I suggest that now we jump into the details of the version 11.30, which will be covered by Carl. Carl, if you are ready.
Yeah, thank you, Simon, for your view on what's next and how we look on that. Let's move to the next slide. So the highly expected 11.30 version is now alive. As Simon already mentioned a couple of times, the main focus is a new web client, and as the pressure from the markets and the new use of the system of in the new normal, it's obvious that this is our vision forward. So here on the right side, you can see a screenshot, and later, after two more slides, we'll just jump briefly into the live example, demo database and demo view, so you could see a little bit more in live scene. As mentioned by Simon, new yearly calendar one person view is there, with a new user experience interface. There is really now better experience for distributed management and personal use of the employees. So they will now use this more and more often. So also a couple of details like are now available, like simultaneous filtering by multiple units. So all these things that maybe we are now bringing on these slides were previously on our legacy web time and space module, were not available in such wideness. If we go on, so there is also a better, how to say, overview of the time and attendance information. You can see in some of these two screenshots below. Also flexibility of the selections and filtering, as well in calculation views. And this user interface is now common to all the time and space portal. So no time and space suite of the products. And so this is also a big step forward. And for the 11.30, what is new, it's also, as already mentioned by Simon, this API that is been now extended and optimized even more. So it's very important nowadays for the integrations with other ecosystems that we have this up to date and always available with new features, that there are also API connection points available. And some already with this API, there are additional integration that improvement that has been made So one new integration with a third-party device from IDEMIA Morpho, it's Extreme. And the other improvement is that we are now with the Famoco third-party mobile device. We could say mobile because it's very handy in your palm, and it can be stored, put into the pocket very easily. It's 3G or Wi-Fi enabled, and you can store geolocation with each clocking when you are clocking with this device. So this Famoco device, if some from you are not familiar with it, it's an Android device, and on this Android device, we deploy our time terminal application that can be also deployed on any Android phone. So if I jump now on the live screen, maybe I need to change to the sharing. Just a second that I share you the right screen. So let me share Google Chrome. Simon, is this now can be seen?
Yes,
yes,
I see it great. So yeah, perfect.
Okay, so we are now in the web browser when, of course, Time and Space Portal is running. So you can see a few of these interface views. Like we mentioned, one of the first things was calendar one person yearly view. So you can see here a really great overview of the some things that are happening live. So for example, you see here, I'm system admin. So you can see for one person, so for me, things like, maybe also from before, from web time and space, by the icons that we have chosen. You have also annual and other approved absences views. You can see also like a common calendar view. So let's just wait to reload the whole data. So you can see also for all employees for each day their prevalent category or any similar things like lunch, overtime, and so on. We'll not go in details for now. You can see also the employee day. So for each employee, you can see running daily balance, their schedule. You can change if you want, and also all events. You can add clocking, absence. There are some other views that I can show you, like one day view, also one person view, and calculation view. It's also very nice. And here on the right side, you can see all categories and calculation details. And you can choose, of course, and filter by organizational unit. All these filters can be simultaneously applied if you want. And for example, also presence view, where you can see who is present in the office, who's working from home, who is absent, and so on. So it's a really nice thing. So you can add a new user and add any of this personal information, and of course, couple of custom fields to choose from. Okay, so this is a quick look into this. Let's jump into slides. Just a second to move it back to the PowerPoint slides. I hope this switched well to the PowerPoint back. So if we move forward to dynamic scheduling update. So we're working together with the Time and Space Platform also on dynamic scheduling. And here, for those of you who are familiar already, this will be easy to understand. But for others, we can, any other, webinar introduce you also more deeply dynamic scheduling. And later also the same follows for lunchtime. So Dynamics also now having also filtering of data on the main grid. You can see this peak on this screenshot that here is really the filters are numerous by many things, and this really helps the planner that they can find the employees that they want to choose and plan according to some demands or job roles that they need, for example. There are also some new templates on reporting that we have inside. Here are a few examples. So we can, in this reporting, do many magic. So it really depends, because each organization and maybe even a store manager or unit manager wants to see or have some different needs, demands from report or for schedules, that even though they have the schedules on web, and also each person employee can have it on mobile app as well, but sometimes they also want just to have for maybe for the backup, have it also on their maybe in the back office, also printed out on the wall. We've added also new sets of rules, or let's say expanded these rules, because we know that legislations is changing each year. Also, new customers require some new rules because of their company policy. So we would like to follow that, and also offer these new rules to each and every new customer that starts using new. We've added messaging system. So now planners can assign new messages, their messages also to the employees or entire organizational unit when they apply a new schedule plan. These messages can be seen on the mobile view or desktop view. So each employee can see it. That's not a problem. So yeah, it's quite easy to then maybe give them some understanding what this means to us and for their job. So improvement on the job planning. There has been also new job planning view. You could test it out by yourself as well. So the switching between jobs is now simplified. You can deactivate certain job roles if they are not needed for some maybe period, and also any specific job can be removed for some employee. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, so there are some additional things like API. We've improved it also on dynamic scheduling, and we've increased uploading data, which has been problematic before on some, of course, parts. And there is also a support for new schedule pattern templates. That means that you can generate more these patterns, and with that you can simplify the planning of new week or of new months. Okay, let's jump forward. So new module, time and space lunchtime. This is very important for our customers, as already many of them are having some custom solutions that were developed by us or partners. So we've seen that it's good to start also developing our own more sophisticated and overall, let's say, module that will cover most of their demands, or let's say the whole spectrum that we've received the requirements since now. So it's a web application. You can manage LAN menus inside, and then I will talk a little bit of the workflow on the next slide, how it works. But the management of the lunch manager creates a menus, and then daily the employees can choose what they will use or what they will eat this or next day. This thing is completely integrated with time and space. That means that the data of the employees is exchanged, and also organizational units and some of the rights for the usage, like system admin lunch manager, and then each employee. How it works, as I mentioned, so managers enters lunch menus for a period of next days. It can be 1 week, next day, next month. Then employees can choose what they will eat over web application, or it can be also inserted in our InfoZone kiosk, which is installed, like for example, inside canteen at the entrance. So when they are standing in the line and are first, maybe when they're picking up, they can immediately the canteen kitchen staff can see what is the when they are with a card identify themselves. They see which lunch belongs to this employee, which is who is in front of them. There can be also, of course, manual changes of the menu at the pickup by employee. Also, manager can change some things. And at the end of the month or the week, this lunchtime is integrated with payroll integration framework, so PIF, and it takes care, this PIF, from the project, that it calculates for the payroll, and when you're using lunchtime, all this information and taken meals, what was eaten throughout the month, there can be on the salary calculated. And that's all for today. I've covered dynamic scheduling, 11:30 release with a few features that I've highlighted, and lunchtime at the end. Simon, how it looks like from your side?
Hey, nice presentation. Thanks. Yeah, I see that there are some questions, but we will answer them via an email so that we can have a comprehensive response. So I think that if there is no other thing, so we can adjourn for today.
Yeah, I think we were trying to stay in the timeline that we set up, so 30 minutes plus few minutes more. So I hope that it was well introduced the whole agenda to all the attendees. And if there's anything, we can reach us over email. Any question, any need for the demo tryout, we are available for you.
Yeah, so we are really happy about the release of 11:30, and we urge everyone to get the demo, to install it, to use the application, and to to be even more productive and have more insights into the time and attendance and also access control. So thanks, and see you next time.
Thank you also from my side. All good and nice week ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.